Hello, today we're going to start chapter 6 with section 6.1, solving systems by graphing. So let's get into definitions first. So next unit we are going to be working with the systems of linear equations. And a system of linear equations is a set of two or more linear equations together. And I'll show you what that means. So previously we were graphing one equation every single time, at one linear equation. Now we're going to have a couple linear equations that we need to put on the same graph. And a solution to a linear equation is any ordered pair that makes all the linear equations in the system true. So the first one we're going to talk about is right here. So it says solve by graphing. I have the two linear equations, y equals 2x minus 3 and y equals x minus 1. So since this section's about solving systems of equations by graphing, what I need to do is I need to graph both of these linear equations. And I'm going to do that right now. And the solution to a linear a system of equations, when you're graphing it, is where the two lines intersect. So I'm going to start off by graphing 2x minus 3. So remember, 2 is your slope, negative 3 is your y-intercept. So I'm going to start at my y-intercept of negative 3, right here. And the slope is positive 2. So therefore, since it's positive 2, I'm going to go up 2 and 1 to the right. Up 2, 1 to the right. Up 2, 1 to the right. I'm going to keep going up 2 and 1 to the right. And then I'm going to take a ruler. And we need to use rulers when doing this. We're going to draw that line. So that's y equals 2x minus 3. Now I'm going to graph y equals x minus 1. And I'm going to do that so this one is the one in black. And I'm going to graph that one using red. So if I graph x minus 1, I start at minus 1 on the x-axis, and it's positive 1 in front of the x, so I rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. And I take a ruler and I draw that line. And the solution to the linear system is the point where the two lines cross, and that's right here. And so that coordinate point is 2, 1. And so the solution to this system of linear equations is 2, 1. And so how do we know? Well, remember that any solution to a linear system is if it makes both of the equations true. So if I plug 2, 1 into both of my equations, y equals 2x minus 3 and y equals x minus 1, you can see that 2, 1 will make it true for both of the equations. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to try and graph this system right here. If you don't have any graph paper, look online and try and maybe print some off. If you have any extra sheets of graph paper from previous lessons in your notebook or in your folder, you could use those as well. So I have the equations y equals negative 4x. So since there's no y-intercept at the end of this equation, I'm going to go to the center, the origin, and I'm going to graph it. So since it's negative 4, it means I'm going to go down 4 over 1. Down 4 over 1. And I'm going to graph this line. Then my other equation is y equals x plus 5. So then I'm going to go up to 5 on the y-axis, and my slope in front of the x is 1, so I'm going to go rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. I'm going to draw a line through those points. And so the point where they cross is right there. And so what is that coordinate point? Well, it's negative 1 on our x-axis. I go over, and then I got rise 4. So it's at negative 1, 4. Try this one. y equals negative x plus 3, and y equals x plus 1. So I'm going to graph y equals negative x plus 3 in red. So I'm going to go 3, up 3 on the y-axis, because that's my y-intercept right here. And it's negative x, so the slope is negative 1. So I'm going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Take the ruler, draw a line through both points. And in blue, I'm going to graph y equals x plus 1. So here's plus 1 on the y-axis, because that's my y-intercept right here. And I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And the point where they cross is right there. And that's at the point 1, comma 2. So that's the solution to that linear system. Finally, sometimes we're going to be given an equation in standard form, and we need to transform it to slope-intercept. So I have 3x plus y equals negative 3, and I have x plus 2y equals 4. So for this equation, I want to solve both of them for y. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. To give myself room, I'm going to move it over here. So then I'm left with 2y on the left side, because I subtracted off the x's, equals negative x plus 4. I'm going to divide everything by 2. And I get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. So that's one of my equations. The other one, I'm going to do in a different color, in red. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And I get y equals negative 3x minus 3. So now that I've transformed both of my equations into slope-intercept form, I can now easily graph both of them. So I'm going to graph y equals negative 3x minus 3 first. Rise 3, down 3. So the slope is negative 3, so I go down 3 from my y-intercept over 1, down 3 from my y-intercept over 1. I'm going to draw that line. And then I'm going to do the purple equation with the purple pen. And that equation is y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. So I go to plus 2 on the y-axis. And the slope is negative 1/2, so I'm going to go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. I'm going to draw a line through those points. And it looks like they cross right there. And the solution to that one is negative 2, 3. So hopefully this makes sense. So all you're doing is you're just graphing linear equations, and then the point where they intersect is the solution. So I want you to try these next two on your own, and I want you to write in there that this is the quiz. This is your completion quiz. So there's no Kia quiz, but I want you to do these next two problems. So I'm going to go to the next one, and I want you to pause it, try it, and then I want you to go to the second one. So right now, I want you to write this in your notes. I want you to do it in your notes. If you need to, pause it right now and complete the problem. I am going to go on to the next problem. And here's the second one. I want you to graph y equals 2x and y equals negative 2x plus 8. Do these both in your notes. Do it on some sort of graph paper. and I will check it in tomorrow. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.